This matchup between the Chargers and Titans couldn't be more of an opposite reaction, I think, from the week 1 games that both teams played. Chargers playing arguably the most exciting game we might see all season. And the Titans, people forgot that they played a game. That's how boring the game was here. And I think that's the kind of style of football that both of them want to play. Chargers are going to come out. They're going to want a high-powered offense. And what's interesting, too, from watching that Chargers game, Ryan, was their rushing stats. I knew the Dolphins didn't have the best overall defense, but I never would have thought that the Chargers would have run for over 200 yards against Miami.
Yeah, they ran for 234 yards. They actually ran for more yards than they threw, which is crazy. But we talked a little bit about this on Sunday night during our live stream. When Austin Eckler's on the field, the Los Angeles Chargers have such a dangerous offense because you really have no idea what they're going to do come the snap, because they I think almost split running and passing 50% of the time.
I think
like it was like a perfect 50 split. I know it's probably not, but it was really close. So
and it really took a lot of pressure off of Herbert, in my opinion, because I think they still have elite offensive passing weapons. But as the season goes on, if they can keep that dominance running the ball, it's only going to open up more plays for Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and then even get Quinn Johnson involved and Jordan Palmer as well. Sorry, I was forgetting their names. But that being said,
Josh Palmer.
Yeah, whatever. Sorry, Josh Palmer. My bad. But anyways, Josh Palmer is going back to the state of his alma mater, going to be playing the Tennessee Titans here, and their Chargers are going to have a much tougher time running the ball. Tennessee Titans defense, especially their front seven, is really good. The secondary, I think, is still lackluster, and that's where I think the Chargers can definitely exploit. Yeah. But this is where, to your point, though, Eckler is a perfect antidote to going up against a team like the Tennessee Titans defense, where they have a good front seven to block the run, but you have him in the backfield, though, and you can catch in the backfield or do these screen passes, or you could run between the tackles. You spread out the entire offense here. And on top of that, too, knowing that their secondary is not entirely that great, I think that they're just going to be able to exploit that defense just enough to where they're going to be able to score 24 points or something like that. Then on the flip side as well, I was shocked that the Chargers defense was this poor.
Yeah.
But at the same – and actually, let me walk that back a little bit. I think that might be unfair because the Miami offense, I think, passing game is just that lethal and that explosive, especially with Tyreek Hill. Titans don't have that option, and especially with Ryan Tannehill leading the way. I'm curious how much longer of a leash Ryan Tannehill has with this team, because if he has another performance against they had Saints with like 140 yards and 3 picks, I don't think he'll be the starting quarterback for too much longer, especially too after they drafted Will Levis in the second round. So I think defensively the Chargers don't have to worry too much in the passing game, but can they stop Derrick Henry? Is this Titans' newly built offensive line much more improved? That's going to be the storyline to watch for me. Can this defense hold them?
Yeah, and to me, the Tennessee Titans, I want to say they're one of those like well-rounded teams that just does everything well, but it's like they're one of those well-rounded teams that doesn't do anything good. Like they're just like I don't think this offensive line is that great. Teams have really started to stack the box of like they're equally bad across the board. I don't know how to explain it in that way.
They're not well-rounded. They're poor-rounded. Is that what you're saying?
No, they are well-rounded. They're just well-rounded with a poor collection of players. I don't know if that makes any sense at all.
Leave a comment down below and let me know if you guys are just as confused as I am.
Okay, so they don't have any corners, in my opinion. This front seven is probably the best part of this team. Ryan Tannehill is like 37, and he was an average quarterback to begin with. Yeah. And so then it's like he's not that great. Derrick Henry is 28 going on 29 with a crap load of miles on him. Mm-hmm. And it's just like they are trying to be this well-rounded team that's like they're going to run the ball 50% of 50 to 55% of the time, even with Derrick Henry. But it's like this offensive line isn't good enough for them to do that. Then they don't really have any receivers besides for a 31-year-old DeAndre Hopkins. But then now Ryan Tannehill looks so bad he can't get the ball to him. So it's like they are trying to be this well-rounded team that they've done a very poor job of executing trying to be a well-rounded team. That is the point I'm trying to make.
Okay.
And to me, if you look at what the Chargers represent, they're going to put up a lot of points, and they're going to take the running out of the game, in my opinion. And then the Titans are left holding something in their hands.
So I can definitely agree with that. Where the Titans, the game plan, they have to get up early. Like they have to get up a possession or 2 possessions early on, so then they can't control the clock, control the game. Because you're right, if it comes out, Chargers get the ball, go down and score immediately, 7-0. You still have your game plan, but then if you have to punt 3 and out, and the Chargers go down and score again, 10-0, 14-0, it does start to put a little bit more panic in you with the style of play that the Titans want to play. Because the best part of the Titans game is in the trenches. They have one of the overall best trenches on both sides of the ball compared to any team in the NFL. I think I can see what your point is when it comes to skill position player wise. They are limited. On both sides of the ball. Treylon Burks is an up-and-coming receiver. I do like his overall potential here. But as well, though, I also just wondered, too, if we're just starting to see, and it's kind of sad as well, not to harp too much on Ryan Tannehill much more, but you just kind of see that sometimes with quarterbacks in the NFL where it's just kind of their time's up. And I think, like, for example, he's younger, but like Mitch Trubisky last year with the Steelers, like we saw that in the first 5-6 games, and it's just like, okay, it's time to put this young kid in.
Yeah.
And I'm curious if this is going to be another similar game where it's like, okay, when is Levis going to see the field? Because I've always been a big fan of Mike Vrabel. I think he brings a great game plan into every single game. And especially last year, he was the main reason why they were competitive in a lot of games, especially when Ryan Tannehill was hurt. And the way he would set up the defense, grind out that defense, and just game manage and set the Titans up for best chances of success. They almost beat the Chiefs last year. They rocked the Packers last year as well. So there is overall a winning formula for this team. But I think I saw something. They lost their last 8 games going back to last season. So it's just one of those things to watch, and especially to the Chargers. Yes, they lost, but overall that team looks really good. I'm curious to see the defense bounce back, or if they're able to bounce back. I think they can because they went up against arguably the best offense in the league last week, at least, and potentially even throughout this year. So that's going to be storyline to me. That all being said, though, I think the Chargers are just going to be able to score on a more consistent basis, I think, than the Titans will.
Yeah, and that to me, like, I just don't think the Titans. I don't think the Saints are that great of a team, and I think the Titans really struggled to move the ball against them. They only had, I guess, they had 302 yards of offense, 104 rushing yards. And 198 passing yards. And so I just think that the Chargers are the better team here. They should come in and handily beat the Tennessee Titans. So, So let's go ahead and wrap this video up here. This was a long one. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below on who you think is going to win this game. And let us know if my analogies made any sense to you at all before I broke them down and explained them even further. So let us know down below. And other than that, we'll see you guys next time.